Everybody stand back. Cooper Kupp just wanted to go home again because Seattle said, we'll pay you $15 million a year to do it.
That's good.
And the kid from Yakima, who no doubt is that kid who is basically like, 150 pounds soaking wet in high school no one was paying attention to. He's now a $15 million a year free agent acquisition for the Seattle Seahawks. And so last year, it was Geno to DK. Geno's like, I'm not signing for 40. I'm out. Or they're like, okay, now you're out. And DK got his exit visas. He's making $30 million a year. So you got a quarterback that wanted $40 million and a wide receiver that wanted $30 million. And the Seattle Seahawks are like, yeah, we're not paying our quarterback to wide receiver combination $70 million a year. So let's pay him 45. Let's go younger at the quarterback, older at the receiver, and pay him 45. Sold. Right around there. I'm shaving off $1 million or $2 million, depending on the year and the guarantees and all the phony money and all that sort of stuff. And that's the Seahawks bet. That's it. We got Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's the clear number one there after what we saw last year.
Yep.
With all due respect to DK, who I'm sure doesn't like hearing that. And let's send DK out. Let's send Geno out. Let's get younger at quarterback. Let's get older at receiver. But we got more experienced at receiver. Let's call it that way. And you've got Cooper Kupp now, $15 million a year. Rams were like, $20 million a year is not cutting it. So we're cutting you. Obviously shorthanding it. And he's staying in division. He will be back in Los Angeles. Sam Darnold throwing to Cooper Kupp for the Seattle Seahawks, remaking themselves at the quarterback spot and wide receiver spots. Tyler Lockett's gone, DK Metcalf's gone, Cooper Kupp's coming in, and they're going to run the ball, and they're going to play action. And if Cooper Kupp stays healthy, we will see how much tread is left on that tire. An interesting bet. It's definitely one way when you're going to have to pay other guys on the line and the back end of your defense and other ways to go about it, that you're like, okay, instead of paying Geno more than $40 million a year in ages 35, 6, and 7, we're going to pay Sam Darnold much less than that. How old is that kid? 27, right? I think he's 7 years younger than Geno. We'll pay him $30 million a year in ages 27, 28, 29.
Yeah, he'll be 28 in June.
Okay, so 28, 29, and 30. And Cooper Kupp, we'll pay him half of what we're paying DK. Can't push back on that, can you? Come on. If you have that option to get younger at quarterback,
I like that,
and not pay a receiver $30 million a year, as much as we're sitting here and talking about DK's excellence and paying guys what they're deserving to be paid. Certainly when you got Jamar Chase at $40 million a year, but he's at the top end, and DK, we need to see him get to that position. And he also doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him right now. So that's playing into it. But even with DK going to Pittsburgh and not having someone to throw to it, you, sir, as a New England Patriot fan with more money to spend on anybody you want, you even thought that was too rich.
Too much.
You don't want to start building a roster with a $30 million
No, I don't.
Wide receiver. So Seattle made that move.
And giving up the draft pick to get him? No.
I kind of think it's a smart bet that they're now amassing the draft choices for Geno and DK. And you are, I guess technically handing the Rams a compensatory pick next year, but that's not the stuff you think about. You're thinking about, let's get the guy in. Let's start building our roster this way. Let's get going. And you're also playing off the fact that he wants to beat the old team. He knows the division. He knows the area. Kids coming home. Great story. I like it.
I like it too. And I think
It's all said and done.
and in Seattle, you're probably looking at, hey, look, the Rams are probably the best team in this division, but the team that has run this division for a while is down. They're taking some they're taking some punches. And I don't know if they're going to be there. Yeah, Arizona's up and coming, but I like our situation a little bit better. They think they can get back in the playoffs.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.